Oh, I'm talking and I was on mute. Let me say that again. Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's broadcast. It's your girl, Cherie, here. We are in the building talking about Chat GPT. What is this? What is happening? What is going on? Is it going to take our jobs? What does it look like? We're going to do a little show and tell tonight. Tonight should be a great time for all of us. As you are coming in, please give us a thumbs up the video for us. And what we're going to do tonight is let's see here, got a little agenda for us. So I am going to share my screen here and just show you the agenda really quickly. I should have put it someplace else, but I didn't, but that's okay. I just want to show you the agenda. So tonight we are going to kind of get down into the nitty-gritty of Chat GPT. We are going to talk about what is it like, what is all the hype about this? Is it as good as people are saying it is? Is it as revolutionary? All of that stuff. Second thing we're going to talk about is testing it out. We're actually going to do a little show and tell. I'm going to show you the inside of it. I'm going to do a couple of things within the system so you can actually see how it works. It is free. I do suggest you get your own account and you test it out yourself, even if you think you'll never use it, which I believe you will use some form of it over time. So number 3, we're going to talk about some of the best use cases that are out there, some of the interesting things that other people are doing with ChatGPT, and some of those things you may be able to do yourself. Number 4, we're going to talk about, is it going to take our jobs? A lot of people are worried about that. A lot of people are worried about artificial intelligence taking our jobs. So let's talk about that. And then the 5th thing is, how do we make money from it? Because some of you here are either entrepreneurial. I have ways, if you are not an entrepreneur, for you to make money from this, etc. So that is our agenda for this evening. Again, please like the stream as you are coming in. And we've got Becoming Boss C saying, so ready for this. We have Computer and Coin in the building saying good evening to everyone. Texas Rose is saying, hey there, I enjoy using ChatGPT to curate email templates ready for this discussion. Fantastic. And Opal Minx is saying, I agree. It has helped me lots. All right, ladies, as you're coming in again, don't forget to like the stream. Don't forget to like the stream. And I have a special request this evening. I spent a lot of time pulling together tonight's discussion. I never ask for cash apps or donations or anything like that. But if you feel like tonight's information is worth it and you want to treat your girl to a cup of coffee or something like that, my cash app is going to be scrolling at the bottom of the screen for parts of tonight's discussion. So, if you don't have it, don't worry about it. Tonight really is about education from our point of view. But if you do have it and you feel like the information is worthwhile and you want to treat me to a cup of coffee, I am accepting this evening, one of the few times that I will actually put this up on the screen. Okay, so let's start off with, what is ChatGPT? Why is there such hype about this? I want to start off with reading a CNBC article for all of you. And as we're reading the article, I am going to stop during parts of it in order to share my perspective and information that I have found out with regards to this and using it. So, this is from December, yet the information I felt was still very accurate. It's saying, why tech insiders are so excited about ChatGPT, a chatbot that answers questions and writes essays. It says here, for his day job, Tobias Zwingman is the managing partner of Rapia.ai, a German consulting firm that helps clients make use of artificial intelligence. So he's already getting his bag from AI. I like that. You ladies can do that as well. There are Black women making money from artificial intelligence as an industry. There's a woman I know, Anne Griffin, I think is her last name. She's on YouTube. Um, she is very much into AI and helping more Black women get into artificial intelligence, Web3, things like that. There are lots of Black women that want to get other Black women into it. So definitely connect with me if like you want to get in touch with a couple of people if you're interested in that as a career path. So let's keep reading. Um, on the side, Zwingman teaches online courses on AI. Lately, Zwingman has been generating lecture notes using Chat GPT, a new chatbot that's quickly become the latest fad in tech. I don't think it's a fad, but we'll see if it ends up really emerging as the new Google. But let's keep going. Zwingman said he currently asks ChatGPT to explain the mechanisms and workings of a machine learning technology known as DB scan, which is short for density based spatial clustering of applications with noise, because he is, quote, too lazy to write it all down. He says here, I went up and said, okay, tell me a detailed step by step of how the DB scan algorithm works. And it gave me that step by step. After a little bit of polishing and editing, Zwingman said the lecture notes were in good shape. This took me 30 minutes to do, and before it would have taken me the whole day, he said. So I want to stop there because one of the first things that we will know from ChatGPT is that it is not um, going to erase like us doing any work. There will always be work for us to do. So, one of the questions we have is, will it take our jobs? I think it's going to take the bottom 10 to 20% of people. But as upwardly mobile Black women, I think that as long as we stay ahead of certain skills, we should be okay. But I'll talk about that a little bit later on. But ChatGPT is meant to be a launching pad. It's meant to be something that saves us time, that helps us with writer's block, that helps us with research, things like that. It is not, it's the next level of a Google search where you can actually go back and forth with the technology. It's not something, it's garbage in, garbage out as well. So if you are not great at asking the right questions, it will not give you the best answers. However, it is the next level of being able to go back and forth with the machine and have a conversation in such a way that you get to the answer that you're looking for. So that's where all the hype is coming through. So, oh, a Computer and Coin gave me a cash app. Thank you so much, Computer and Coin. Thank you. Okay, so let's keep reading here. So the article says the technology was developed by San Francisco based OpenAI, a research company led by Sam Altman, backed by Microsoft, LinkedIn co founder Reid Hoffman, and Khosla Ventures. What it doesn't say in here is Elon Musk also helped fund this company back in 2015, and he was on the board until 2018. He left the board in 2018 because he was, I guess, going to buy. No. He owned Tesla, and Tesla has some sort of its own AI, and he felt it was a conflict of interest. You may have also heard recently that Microsoft wants to put an additional $10 billion into OpenAI. They want to have a 49% stake in this company. Apparently, Sam Altman is a super huge CEO. He was the CEO of something called Y Combinator. Y Combinator is a very, 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 very well known incubator, small business incubator that has created companies like Airbnb and Stripe and things like that. So, if you as a small business owner are accepted into Y Combinator, that is considered like the Harvard or the cream of the crop of small business incubators. So he was the CEO of that for many years before he founded OpenAI. Okay. LinkedIn co founder Reid Hoffman, super huge in the VC world as well. I'm taking my time and explaining some of these things to you ladies so you know how big this thing is with regards to the money and the talent that's behind it. So, Reid Hoffman not only co-founded LinkedIn, he also was part of what they called the PayPal mafia, which included Elon Musk and several others that have gone on to do really big things and have given us really life-changing technology. So this was a big deal that all of them came together to help fund this research company. Now, I'm curious how much they've gotten in government grants for this. I would guess they've gotten some money with regards to government grants for this, but hey, if they can do it, we can do it too. Um, but it's saying here, ChatGPT automatically generates text based on written prompts in a fashion that's much more advanced and creative than the chatbots of Silicon Valley's past. So, one of the things that's happened in the past is you would be talking to a chatbot and you would know you're talking to a chatbot. What they are trying to do now, and you've probably heard this in layman's terms, is they're trying to set things up where you're talking to a computer on the other side and you have no idea. I believe eventually, now, when it comes to taking our jobs, I'm going to share this later on, but customer service agents are in trouble. If you are in customer service, the best thing you can do is skill up to get out of customer service. We're going to talk about that during the Will It Take Our Jobs section. But with customer service agents, one of the things that this AI technology is able to do is go back and forth with the person and learn and change and reprocess answers based on what the person is asking and the answers that they are giving. So, this is why this is the next level of chatbots and being able to prompt in a certain way. Okay. So, um, it was popularized in November 2022. It has billions of dollars, sorry, billions of pieces, sorry, of data, books, and content that it pulls from. Many of you have heard that the information is only through, I think, the first part of 2022 or something like that. So it doesn't have super recent data in it like yesterday, last week, last month, but I think it has through the first quarter of 2022. Um, it bases search results and how you interact with your intentions instead of simply what is directly typed. So it does this through something called Instruct GPT. It's based on something called GPT 3.5. So this is a really interesting thing. I'm going to remove this here. This is a really interesting thing. So Chat GPT, sorry, start from the again. OpenAI is the name of the corporation. It's the name of the parent company. Then OpenAI has Chat GPT. Chat GPT are for like you and I. We want to use the free version. We want to play with it, things like that. Then there's GPT 3.5. GPT 3.5 houses all of the data and all of the information, and a lot of enterprises, a lot of big businesses use Chat GPT 3.5 and they're working on a GPT 3.5 and they're working on a GPT 4 right now. They're using those things, using that main infrastructure in order to get answers quicker and get better answers as well. So that's going to be the enterprise version of it. The reason that I mention GPT 3.5 and GPT 4 is because when it comes to making money, Many of you are going to have to plug into that versus plugging into Chat GPT. You plug into Chat GPT if you're doing something for yourself, or you're doing something as a freelancer for somebody. But if you're trying to create an app or something like that with the data within GPT, you're going to need to go in through that GPT 3.5, through like the big host. I don't know the exact term for it, but I just want to let you know that. Um, what else do I have here? I feel like there was something else. Oh, yes. Okay. Chat GPT is part of something called generative API. This is very important, ladies. So, generative API is a broad label that's used to describe any artificial intelligence that uses unsupervised learning algorithms to create digital images, video, audio, text, or code. Until recently, most AI learning models have been characterized as discriminatory. The purpose of a discriminatory learning algorithm is to use what's learned during training to make a decision about new input. So we have heard, for example, that there have been a lot of issues with different types of technology not considering Black people in it, because oftentimes we're not part of the beta use, and we're definitely not part of the engineers that's creating this technology. So oftentimes people will complain as they begin to start using it. There's like a lot of racist, a lot of misogyny, things like that that go into it. It's saying here, in contrast, the purpose of a generative AI model is to generate synthetic data that can pass a Turing test, because generative AI requires more processing power than discriminative AI. It is more expensive to implement. So, what is the Turing test? It needs to pass the Turing test. A Turing test is an evaluation introduced by Alan Turing in 1950 to determine whether or not someone can tell if they are communicating with a computer program after 5 minutes of conversation. So, what generative AI is, the reason this is so impactful is because GPT is all about setting up the artificial technology so that we do not know that we are dealing with artificial intelligence. Next frontier. So, hey, becoming bossy, you're saying, I believe new careers professions will be birthed from evolution of AI. Whoever discovers it first will certainly be successful. Absolutely. You don't necessarily even have to discover it first. Whomever, as long as you get in on the trend early enough. There definitely will be, and that's one of the things I'm going to discuss. So again, ladies, don't forget to like the video as you are coming in. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Share the live stream. And I usually don't do this, but I spent so much time putting this together that my Cash App is at the bottom of the screen. If you like what you are hearing and you have a little bit of money, you want to treat me to a cup of coffee, I'd really appreciate it, because I did put a lot of time into tonight's presentation and the information that I'm giving you. So let's talk about testing it out. And I want to show you something else as well. I want to show you how long it took to actually get to 1 million followers. And this is very important because it took Netflix 3.5 years to get to 1 million users. Airbnb, it took 2.5 years. Facebook, it took 10 months. Spotify, 5 months. Instagram, 2.5 months. iPhone, 74 days. But ChatGPT only took 5 days. It only took 5 days for ChatGPT to get to 1 million users. There are millions of people using this now. I think the last I heard was about 10 million, something like that. But guess what? There are 6 billion people on Earth, which means that we are super early with this. We are, in the right place at the right time in order to be able to profit from this. So, for once, I love the fact that we are early and I want to see us be able to make money from this. So let's talk about how you actually uh, can do that. Let's test out the system a little bit though. And I'm going to come here and I'm going to say a couple of things before we actually test this out. Chat GPT is based on something called prompts. Prompts are basically how you ask the question so that you can get the answers that you are looking for. Let me hide this here so you can see this. I looked at a lot of videos. I looked at a lot um, of articles. I downloaded a couple of things that, people said, oh, here are the best prompts. I downloaded them, gave them my email address. They were junk. This guy here is the only one that I found that had the um, best prompt listing that we can begin to use. So this guy is AI Guides, and it's called 21 plus best new GPT prompts for beginners. 21 plus best GPT prompts for new beginners. So I'm also going to put this in the chat for you ladies as well. And everybody, as you are coming in, please thumbs up the video. Please thumbs up the video, like the stream, share it as well. So um, I put it in the chat. Definitely take that, bookmark it, because the power of your answers is going to come from how well you actually put the prompts in, knowing what prompts are available, things like that. As beginners, people will say, oh, here are the 300 best prompts, here are the 80 best prompts, etc. Sometimes less is more. So this guy has 21, and I thought that they were the best of everything that I found. Let me see what you all are saying before I continue. So, hey, coconut water, you're saying great topic. Well, thank you so much. Hope you gave me a thumbs up. And Computer and Coin is saying love and check. Okay, yes. And everybody, here is that YouTube of 21 best new Chat GPT prompts for beginners. And Tiff is saying thank you. You are welcome. Okay, let's move then to the next discussion, which is let's take this thing for a test run. How does it actually work? Well, you're going to go to chat.openai.com. You're going to get a username and password, or connects with your Gmail, and I think your Microsoft as well. But when you log in, this is what you get here. You get this screen here. So a couple of interesting things that I like is it saves your previous chats as well. So if you've ever gone into Google, for example, you can be looking for something, and it doesn't save your previous chats, your previous searches. But I had asked it to write a business plan, because y'all know I used to be a business plan writer. Write a business plan for a restaurant in Washington, D.C. And this is what it wrote. It wrote the executive summary, wrote the business description, wrote the target market, marketing and sales strategy, all of this stuff here. Now, I will tell you this ain't good enough for writing a business plan, right? This will not get you an SBA loan or anything like that, but at least it was a good start. And then you're able to keep you're able to, what do you call it? Edit and name what your search was, and keep that information and come back to later. So that's a really great thing. Let's go then to a new chat here. And I've got a couple of things I wrote down. Some of them I tested, some of them I didn't. Another thing before I go, Do not put sensitive information into Chat GPT. There was an article that I read that said that, no, actually came up on Chat GPT itself. The developers are looking at all the chats, all the information that's coming in, all the information that's being queried so that they can make ChatGPT better. So, do not put any sensitive information into ChatGPT. Okay. Now, I know Donald Trump can sometimes, make people jittery, but I need a famous person who has a distinct voice. So, I'm going to ask ChatGPT. The first thing is um, explain Bitcoin in the voice of Donald Trump. And I'm going to hit enter. And you are able to see what it is writing here. So it's saying, look, folks, let me tell you, Bitcoin is a tremendous thing. It's huge. It's big league. It's the future of currency. It's digital. It's fast. It's secure. It's decentralized, et cetera, et cetera. Um, it says here, and let me tell you, we're going to make Bitcoin great again. Believe me, right? So you were able to ask ChatGPT to explain complex things to you, and you're also able to ask it to explain complex things to you in other people's voices. It has to be either historical people or people who are famous now and have been famous for like the past several years. So people have done it in the voices of Donald Trump or Joe Rogan or Gandhi, or we're going to do one in Martin Luther King's voice, etc. So this is something that you're able to do. So we've got Mocha Mommy in the building. I can see this being used for medical records transcriptions. Yep. Tiff is saying, wow, Mocha Mommy saying this is just a start. I can see this working to make creatives more productive. We're going to talk about that, but not replacing creatives. That is true. Okay, Computer and Coin is saying, loving this. If you all are loving it, I rarely do this, but I spend so much time working on this that my Cash App is at the bottom. If you like what you hear and you want to treat your girl to a cup of coffee in exchange for the work that I've done preparing for tonight, I'd really appreciate it. If you don't have the money, don't worry about it. But if you feel like, hey, I can do it, I want to give Cherie a little Cash App. My Cash App is at the bottom. But at least please like the stream and share. Okay, let's try another prompt. Okay, let us try to explain the theory of gravity to a 6-year-old. And what it does as well is it will take something that is complex and turn it into simple language. So, this could be great if you have children. It could also be great if you have an elderly person that you're trying to explain something to. Um, it's saying here, okay, kiddo, you know how sometimes you drop things and they fall to the ground? That's because of something called gravity. It's like an invisible force. Um, that pulls things toward each other, blah, 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 blah. So you're able to do this for research projects when you're trying to figure out how to explain something complex, things like that. Let's try this. Give me a diet and workout routine for a 185-pound woman, age 45, to lose 10 pounds in 30 days. Let's see what it comes up with for us. Again, everybody, this is show and tell. Let's see what it's going to do for us. So it's saying it's recommending the following diet and workout programs. So A lot of times it'll give very generic information as well. So we're looking at this is saying start by calculating your daily calories, eat balanced diet, try to eat smaller, workout, aim for 30 minutes of cardio a day, blah, 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 blah. So it's coming up with the workout. Um, it's telling us to work out, but it really isn't giving us any details. Let's say I want more details with regards to, and I'm going to take this banner off so you all can see. Let's say I want to ask it a follow-up question. I can say, okay, what types of exercise should I do for 30 minutes of cardio? And I think you hit this regenerate response here. Oops, no. Sorry, stop generating. So you're able to ask it follow-up questions and it's able to do this. Okay. So you're able to see this. So you're saying you love the demo. Thank you so much. Mokamami saying, so funny. The Ryan Reynolds Mint Mobile one is funny too. ChatGPT passed the medical licensing exam this week. Groundbreaking. I'm not surprised. Computer and Coin is saying, I'm going to try and use ChatGPT to negotiate my next bonus or contract. Good idea. I have actually something coming up with regards to that, kind of. Okay, let's see here. Did you know that you can use ChatGPT to update your resume to get it past the recruiters in the ATS system? So I'm going to try this. I pulled my own resume and it told me to go to the job descriptions and scroll to the responsibilities section, copy the responsibilities and paste them into ChatGPT, enter the prompt, write resume achievements with metrics based on these responsibilities. So let's try it. I actually have my resume that I'm going to put in here. Hold on a second. And I'm going to put in here, right. I hope I'm doing this right. If I'm not, then we'll have to do it again. Resume achievements with metrics based on these job responsibilities. And then I've got a job here from Indeed, a director of business development. I'm going to come to the responsibilities and copy this. Real life show and tell, ladies. Let's see if it works. And it is redoing my resume live for all of you to see. So if you're a resume writer, if you help people with career coaching, things like this could be a great way. If you're looking for your new job, definitely this could be something that you can use in order to help you based on the what do you call it? The responsibilities that they have, what you've put into your resume, you know. So I would need to work on this a little bit more because it's saying here, positioned Akima as a key partner across multiple markets. I didn't do that. So I think I messed up, you might have to play with this a little bit, but it looks like it's something you can do. You can take the job responsibilities, take your resume, and ask it to change your resume based on it. And there have been articles that people said that their resumes have gotten past the ATS and they've gotten interviews with a resume done through Chat GPT. So, hey, True Mystique. Hello, my dear. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. ChatGPT has helped me immensely this past week. So y'all are like on your game. I love it. All righty then. So, um, you are able to do other things as well. Um, you can, as you know, things are coming out, you're able to say, make it sound happier, make it sound more serious, put some slang in there, make it sound like Snoop Dogg, things like that. You can ask it to write blog posts for you. You can ask it to come up with titles for videos for you or titles for papers. You can. You can create a dialogue between two people. So this will be the last thing that we test out, but I'm curious about this. So I want to write a um, I have it written here. Oh no, 7-line dialogue between Oprah Winfrey and Martin Luther King discussing the March on Washington. So you could pick any two people, anything that they want to discuss. Um, it could be about Martin Luther King talking about going to outer space or anything like that. But there you go. So what we're seeing here is very elementary stuff that this is able to do. But this is like the first frontier. This is the first version of what's possible. So you're able to create plays with this. It doesn't necessarily have to be famous people. It could be between a captain and a passenger on a cruise ship. Anything, anything. It goes as far as your imagination will take you. So I see new people coming in. Thank you so much for being here. We were testing this out and are testing it out. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. And I really worked hard on tonight's live stream, spent a lot of time on it. So if you want to treat your girl to a cup of coffee, my Cash App is at the bottom of the screen. If you don't have the money or things are tight, don't worry about it. But please just like the video and share the stream. Definitely use this information as well. So, True Mystique, Mocha Mommy is giving you some love. Okay, let's see here. Also, ChatGPT and OpenAI has a Discord channel as well. I got in there, I started looking through it, whole lot of techies talking about a whole lot of stuff, but there are also regular people talking in there as well. So if you are looking to like really level up with ChatGPT, you may want to join their Discord channel. So let's move on to some of the use cases, some of the things that I felt were some of the best use cases. So I want to read a little bit more from this article from CNBC, and then I've got some additional things to show you. So it says here, Zwingman is the guy who was able to come up with his syllabus in like 30 minutes versus a whole day. Zwingman isn't alone in using ChatGPT for more advanced purposes. Kai Gogwilt, the chief technology officer of digital contract management startup Ironclad, said his company is exploring how ChatGPT could be used to summarize changes to legal documents. The feature would be helpful for the startup's legal clients who routinely alter documents and then notify their colleagues after they made changes. There's people at LexisNexis as well. LexisNexis is a huge legal research firm that are using it. They're saying I thought I had highlighted here. Chen is saying that GPT-3, that's the underlying technology, is more suitable for LexisNexis because it's an enterprise product and can be customized. However, her team has been experimenting with ChatGPT, and she says sometimes generates sensible answers that are very impressive, but it still has its flaws. It's not reliable enough as a decision-making tool for serious legal research. I believe that these individuals are going to be working with OpenAI and some of the other AI systems to create something that is going to be reliable enough for some of the decision making in the legal world. Also, they're saying here there's also a bias problem, which is true for many kinds of AI. We talked about that before. As Mozilla Senior Fellow Abebe Berhani shared on Twitter, ChatGPT produced song lyrics that implied women who wear lab coats are probably just there to clean the floor. Misogyny. Whereas men wearing lab coats probably got the knowledge and skills you are looking for. So, yeah, the AI is misogynist. There's been, claims of racism and things like that. So they are working on cleaning up a lot of that stuff. The OpenAI engineers are. Regarding ChatGPT's limitations, OpenAI said in a blog post that while the firm is working to mitigate bias problems, the software will sometimes respond to harmful instructions or exhibit biased behavior. Altman, who is the CEO, said in a tweet over the weekend that ChatGPT is incredibly limited and it's a mistake to be relying on it for anything important right now. Okay, let's talk about some of the things you can do with it, though. So, some of the best use cases, I want to start off with some of the Chrome extensions that they have. This is ChatGPT for Google. ChatGPT for Google, what you are able to do is download this to Chrome, and I'm going to try to make the screen bigger here. I'm sorry, you can't see it, but you're able to put something into Google, and on the side of it is your Chat GPT box, which basically, if you're Googling something, asking a question, Chat GPT will also tell you the answer as well. So that's basically what this is showing. So if you are a fan of Google extensions and things like that, Chat GPT for Google could be for you. I was really impressed with this. This is something called Summarize. So, what you do is you download this Google extension. It's called Summarize. And whatever web page you are on, ChatGPT to the side of it will summarize what is on that web page. So let's say there's a long article and you don't necessarily have the time to read the long article. You can download this extension, have it on, and ChatGPT will summarize what is on that web page for you. What's in that article, that blog post, long pieces of content, things like that. So I really like that. Another thing ChatGPT has is YouTube summary. So I do want to see if we are able to. I should have set this up to watch it on YouTube. So I'm going to stop sharing here because this is very powerful. It's called YouTube Summary with ChatGPT, and I want to set it up so you ladies can actually hear. Oops. But I got to put it in another browser. Hold on, everybody. And I need to get my air. So that way we don't have. That way we don't have the echoes. So let me come here and take this off and show you all Y'all are going to love this. All of my ladies who spend a lot of time on YouTube as I do, you're going to love this. So let's take a listen to this is YouTube summary with Chat GPT Chrome extension.
Everyone, this is Kazuki.
Make sure it's on one. Okay. And why does it sound so? Okay. Let's try this again.
Hi everyone, this is Kazuki. Today I'm going to show you how to use YouTube summary with ChatGPT extension. So once you install the extension, and you will see this like the new section here on YouTube videos. And if you click it, you can see the audio transcript of the video. And if you click here like a view AI summary, it will open the ChatGPT. Then it's already like the transcript and prompt is already copied. So if you hit the command B and enter, then the GPT reply like summarize the video.
So I hope you understood what he was saying. What he's saying here is when you download the extension, you're going to see this transcript and summary at the side, right-hand side of it. And then what it's going to do is it's going to put a transcription right in that Google Chrome extension for you. Okay. And then what you're able to do is you're able to click on the little Open AI logo there, that logo that's at the top right-hand side here where it says View AI Summary. And you're able to, it takes you right into Chat GPT and it's going to automatically put the transcript into Chat GPT and you're going to say summarize, video summary, and it should summarize that entire live stream or speech or whatever for you. I thought this was the coolest thing. So let's continue watching the video. He has a bit of a thick accent, but I wanted to make sure you all understood what was going on.
B and enter, then the GPT reply like summarize the videos, and like it uses the title and the video transcript like this.
So it puts in the title, it puts in the video transcript.
And yep, as you see, the ChatGPT like return to the summarization of the video.
And it's a summarization of the video. On a scale of 1 to 10, how cool is that? How cool is that? So, oh, you all are talking a lot in here. I want to make sure I get everything. Opal Minx is saying there are always going to be flaws, but I think if poor people learn to use it, it will definitely be helpful. Yeah. You have to have the mindset to control it, not let it control you. Absolutely true. I'm about to use it to help me copyright for an ad. Girl, you can use it, and I have some other resources to show you as well to help with copywriting. It sounds similar to Smart Brevity. I don't know Smart Brevity, but I'll definitely have to check that out. Tiff is saying, that's interesting. I'm in graduate school and I definitely need some summarizing done. Yeah. Futurepedia also gives you a list of other AI websites for multitude of tasks. Oh, I have to check that out then. This is fascinating and scary all at once. Yeah, look, all I can think about is some of these 12-hour live streams that people do. Is it going to be able to? Because that was one person, that's Steve Jobs talking. I would like to see it with the 7-hour live streams and multiple people talking at the same time. Is this thing going to turn into gobbledygook? But, I think it's a great way to summarize even our YouTube videos. I have to admit, I'm kind of scared thinking about the effects this may have on my career. Tiff, stay tuned because we are going to talk about jobs that are going to be lost, jobs that are going to be created, as well as money-making ideas. So stay tuned. But I will say now, don't worry, don't panic. True Mystique is saying, I'm excited but wary of AI, not going to lie. And that's definitely understandable. I will say this, True Mystique and everybody, I feel like it's a train that's going to come. And even though we are weary of it, we're concerned about it, anxious about it, the best thing for us to do is to be prepared because the people who are going to get hit by this the hardest are going to be those who are unprepared for it, those who are seeing a freight train coming and not do anything about it. So, this I didn't know about ChatGPT specifically, but I knew that AI was coming from my business plan writing business and job. The reason that I knew that was because I started seeing writing AI get more and more complex. And at first, it was just doing content and things like that. But now the writing AI is starting to do um, lots of more complex writing. And first of all, I was getting tired of writing business plans. But the second thing is, it took me 2.5 years to pivot to what I'm doing now. And I did that because I saw the writing on the wall. So Jay is saying definitely cool. And Jay is also saying AI is definitely exciting, but it has its drawbacks, especially when it comes to art and what is considered art. That's interesting, Jay. So I have some things to show you with regards to art. And, we'll definitely have the discussion about that. But that is the YouTube summary with ChatGPT. So that is a Chrome extension, and you are able to download that and get those YouTube videos, summarized. And you probably could do more with the content than just the summarization. But I liked it. I thought that it was a very, very cool thing. So, um, let's see here. The next thing we're going to talk about is, I think I have everything. Make sure I told you everything before we leave this. Oh, I want to talk about a couple more things with use cases. Sorry. So we talked about the YouTube summary. It is going to help with creative writing. So if you write novels and things like that, this type of AI can help with creative writing, can help you flesh out characters, flesh out scenes and information. There are some other apps that are better at that than ChatGPT, which I'm going to go through a little bit later on. But creative writing, definitely. Marketing copy, I heard, I think it was Tiff and some others, True Mystique, talk about how they're going to use it to write ads, um, any kind of tweets, things like that. ChatGPT is going to be used for. Research. I will tell you this with regards to research, with regards to writing papers with your children, for your children, warn them that there are ways for the teachers to be able to tell if your child just put their assignment into Chat GPT and the system just spit it out and they just copied it and said it's their work. That's considered plagiarism. Warn your children that plagiarism oftentimes will get them expelled, and that they need to use Chat GPT as a method of helping them reduce the time that's needed to write their papers and things like that. But they should not be taking things, copying and pasting from Chat GPT and submitting it to teachers and to the school. Okay? Very important. Tiff is saying, yep, my niece's school banned it. It's ground for expulsion. Yeah. So the schools are serious about this, whether it is middle school, high school, definitely college. They are helping their teachers get ahead of this thing so that, the teachers are going to be able to put your child's, what do you call it, their work through some sort of technology to see if it was plagiarized through ChatGPT or any of the other AI that's out there. So yeah, we already talked about the rewriting the resume. Okay, so let's get to the big topic. Is it going to take your jobs? Is it going to take your jobs? I am going to show you another gentleman named Mark Moss who did a really good job of talking about job destruction and job creation. So this is a guy named Mark Moss. Let's listen to what he has to say.
But it also diminishes the roles and needs of others in many cases. This is part of what is referred to as creative destruction, in which new technology is the creation, replace the old ways, destruction. Now, this is nothing new. This has happened since the dawn of time, and every new technology that has come out has replaced some human element, and people are always scared. In the Industrial Revolution, a machine replaced the manpower of 5,000 men. What would those men do? Well, higher value tasks, of course, things like, science, medicine, philosophy, right? A story of the famous economist Milton Friedman gives us a good perspective on this, where in the story he tells of a trip he went on to Asia in the 1960s, and he visited a work site where a canal was being built. When he saw the construction, he was shocked to see that there was no modern equipment. There was no tractors, there was no earth movers, there was just men there with picks and shovels. When he asked the government bureaucrat why, he was told, "You don't understand. This is a jobs program." To which Milton Friedman replied, "Oh, I thought you were trying to build a canal. If it's jobs you want, then you should give these workers spoons, not shovels." So, look, people are always afraid that technology will replace them. People are afraid that AI will replace the workforce, just like every new piece of technology before it. But some jobs, they will be destroyed, just as others will be added. But rather than being afraid of it, you need to learn to harness it and use it to your advantage. So let's look at some examples of what it is and how you can use it. Now, using OpenAI's DALL-E, which isn't the same as Chat GPT interface, but it's essentially the same thing, we can create images, graphics, and of course, graphic design. Need thumbnails for social media posts or YouTube videos? Need a header, an avatar, an emoji? Well, simply type into the chat interface what you want, like say 3D render a floating futuristic castle in a clear sky digital art, and boom. Or how about a KTM motorcycle in a narrow cyberpunk street photography? Boom. And then you can tweak it. You can ask it to make it lighter or darker or add this object. Or how about give me 10 variations of that? All right. Now, let your imagination run wild. But let's say that you need graphics. You can design your own, saving you lots of money and time hiring somebody. So you can make more money by saving and you become more productive. Or let's say that you want to offer graphic design services to others, like on Fiverr or Upwork. Now you can use a tool like this to do it fast and effective, making more money efficiently, but that's just scratching the surface.
I'm on mute. Sorry. Let me repeat what I said. Sorry. So, yeah, thank you, Tiff. I'm sorry. So he talked about the fact that every time there is something new, every time there's something new, thanks everybody. You're going to see jobs replaced, but you're going to see new jobs emerge. So most of us are of an age where we saw social media emerge. And social media now, content creators are an industry. That wasn't that way 20 years ago. 20 years ago, no one knew what social media was. But now you have Steven Crowder complaining because $50 million ain't enough for him to leave one company to go to another company. And if we look at a guy like a Steven Crowder, it's not just him, it's the directors and the administrative people and the operations people. And he probably has a business manager and, things like that. New industries form when these types of technologies take place. But guess who it forms for? It forms for the adaptable. If people are at the bottom 5%, 10%, 20%, 30% with regards to their thinking, with regards to wanting to stay in the old and not get with the new, then yeah, your job will be on the line. Because Mark Moss talked about the fact that he said to the company, hey, well, not he, the story he said was the guy was like, hey, I thought you wanted this project done. If you have a jobs program, that's one thing. But if you need, you should give people spoons. But if you're trying to get the canal set up, then we need to change what we're doing here with the right equipment. We just had a couple of weeks ago the co-founders of Home Depot saying, and I want to do a show specifically on this, that people are too woke and capitalism is dying. People are too lazy. And a lot of these companies feel like they want to let go of the bottom 10, 20, 30%, which is happening in tech right now. And I'm not saying that everybody that was let go in tech were lazy. I am saying that some of those people, probably quite a few of them, were, because if people were really good, the majority of them, they probably would have been shifted to other jobs within the company. And then a lot of those people ended up getting new jobs right away if they were good, right? So you are going to see the emergence of a new industry. It is going to take those certain jobs. If you are in customer service, and I said this before, customer service is probably where most Black women are going to get hit. Let's be honest. So the best thing, if you are trying to level up and you're thinking, what's my best way into tech, and customer service is your best way in, my suggestion to you is to get in with customer service and get whatever certs you need to get, or whatever degrees you need to get out of customer service within a 1 to 2 year time frame. You want to be somebody who's so good with the customer service that you're picked up by another department. You also will notice, so I'm going to take a step back here and say that the one thing that people are concerned about, like ethicists, people who like care about ethics, they are concerned that with customer service that the technology won't have empathy because computers don't feel. So one of the things that I wrote down here is like, if I were to say to the computer, yeah, my dad died yesterday, most of us in customer service would have empathy to say, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Are they going to train the AI to do that? They can't really train the AI to feel. Maybe they can eventually one day. I don't know. But that is something within customer service, that there will still be some humans around. But a lot of the customer service jobs are going to go. Coding is something else. We as Black America always seem to be late to stuff. So you have a lot of people who aren't in tech who are saying, y'all should learn how to code. Black people need to learn how to code. I'm not saying don't learn how to code. I am saying don't depend on it for a career. A lot of coding jobs are going to be replaced. A lot of jobs that needed 20, 30 people to code something are now, with this technology, are going to only need 2 to 3. Coding is on the list of jobs that's going to be dismissed. Another job I hadn't thought of, but it's in my research that I did, are journalists. Yes, breaking news journalists may be replaced by this AI. The reason is because Chat GPT is able to automatically generate news articles, which will save journalists time, allowing them to focus on more in-depth reporting and analysis. So it's like, the headline breaking news people, they're probably going to be out. They're going to be siphoned onto other things, or they're going to be out. One of the things that ethicists were concerned about was the spread of fake news with this. Like, how would the AI know that a news story is real versus fake? And I'm like, CNN does a lot of fake news anyway. So, ugh. But that is something that's come up. Some writers are also going to potentially lose their jobs as well. So I picked the ones that were most likely jobs held by Black women. But there are others as well that are out there. Let me see what you all are saying. Texas Rose is saying, I would tell those in customer service to explore shifting to customer success. Great idea, Texas Rose. Also, tech sales period. Tech sales period. It's a good one. Sun, Venus, Moon, hello, my dear, saying, interestingly, I am looking at AI tools. I don't like how they dampen your creativity, i.e. was looking at AI to come up with blog topics. There is a deep creative process doing that. This weakens it. Yeah, some people feel like it weakens it. Some people feel like it inspires them. I feel like the technology is going to get better and better, over time. So definitely, I earlier this week, I'm kind of working on a free report for my job as a lead magnet, and I was stuck on titles, and I went and I asked it for some titles, and it gave me one good one that I really liked. So yeah, it's very much hit or miss. Very much hit or miss. So y'all, don't forget to like the video. Like the video, please. Share the stream. And I usually never do this, but I spent so much time preparing for today that if it's in your heart, if you learned something and you have the money and you want to give me a little coffee money or something like that, my Cash App is at the bottom of the stream. I'll rarely do this, but I figured I would ask this evening. Thank you to everybody who has given me Cash Apps thus far. I love you ladies, and I really appreciate it. Final thing that I want to talk about tonight is how do we make money? How do we make money with Chat GPT? Okay, so one of the things that is happening with ChatGPT is that you have to know how to put the prompts in. You have to be able to ask the right questions. You have to be able to ask good questions. What percentage of people want to use this technology that don't know how to use it, or don't know the prompts, or don't know how to ask questions, or will want to brainstorm the questions and use the GPT as the tool in order to get the answers? There are some people who are going to do this with regards to being prompt creation consultants. I heard this in a clubhouse and I was like, that sounds interesting. There are some people who are going to help with prompt design. So designing different prompts for different industries, different niche industries. And then there are some people who are going to be prompt engineers. So it helps people get the most out of the tool. That's how it was explained to me. So a lot of, there's going to be an industry just consulting with people, helping individuals, but more importantly, small, mid-sized, and large businesses, helping them integrate GPT and some of the other AI tools into their businesses. So you can hang your shingle for that. We're all Black women here. So if you get on like some of the minority business lists, get your minority business certification and things like that. There could be government work for you as well. So consider hanging your shingle and getting a couple of contracts. You can get that minority certification, that women's certification, and also go after Fortune 500 and Fortune 1000 businesses that want to or need to do work with Black women as well as other minorities. So you want to consider that. There are going to be people who make money by helping people finish writing their research reports so that it does not end up in the plagiarism detection, thing. So right now, if I were a young person and I needed help writing a research report, 5 years ago, people went to Fiverr, said, "Hey, can you write this research report for me?" Pay some guy in Pakistan, $15. Now the guy in Pakistan is going to put it right into Chat GPT, most likely, and you're going to get slapped with the plagiarism issue. I think there's going to be a group of people who are going to make money by helping people escape the plagiarism issue. Also within Google, if Google sees that your blog was done by Chat GPT, they will not rank it for SEO. So again, I think that that's going to be an interesting moneymaker for some of you ladies. One of the other things I thought about is that within the company that you work with, your full-time job, one of the ways that you can make more money from this is by introducing this technology to your company and being the resident go-to within your company. But here's the key. You want to take on a project that uses this technology where you will be seen by your boss's boss. I'm going to say that again. You want to take on a project where you will be visible by your boss's boss. Why am I suggesting that? Because that's how you monkey branch to your next raise, your next opportunity, your next position. There are some of us that are underpaid $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. If we were able to take on a project, integrate this technology, and either help the company make money or save money, and put that on our LinkedIn, show how we're doing it without giving any proprietary information away, you may have other employers calling you because you are valuable and you are more valuable. You may also have your current employer wanting to promote you or give you a new position because you know the GPT system. So just think about that. So you can start a side hustle, you can start a business. You can also invest in some of these AI companies. Depending on if you are an accredited investor, you can get in, or sometimes they do crowdfunding and you're able to get in as well. Or I'm not telling you to invest in Microsoft just because of this, but if Microsoft puts in another $10 billion and that changes how ChatGPT is going to work with LinkedIn, because Microsoft owns LinkedIn, and Bing as a search engine, and Microsoft Office and all the other things, and you think that they're going to be able to take this technology and own 49% of it, and it's going to affect the Microsoft stock price, then as an investor, you could make more money that way as well. Again, I'm not telling you to invest in Microsoft. Do your own research, But you could start a business, you can invest, etc. So I want to come back to this video here, and I want to play a little bit more of it for you. Let's start at 10:44. Okay, just a couple more minutes.
With a call to action at the end. Now, let's say that I have a business helping people how to use ChatGPT, and I wanted to use it to create all my marketing materials. Now, here's a very short and rough example of how I could do it. Okay, so first, I would need to know who am I going after and what their desires are. So I'd type in something like Make a list of the top 3 benefits a business would receive by having compelling and high converting content and copy to attract more clients. And boom, I'd get a list of angles to go after these businesses. Then I would need some articles to send out to my prospective clients. So I'd tell Chat GPT something like, create a 500-word article explaining the problems businesses face when they don't have enough customers, and introduce the perfect solution being having high converting articles and content to attract the perfect customer. And boom, I'd have the article. Okay. Then I need emails to send to these prospective clients. So I would say, take this article and create 3 different 150-word emails presenting short version of the problem and solution, and ask the reader to take action by reading the rest of the article. And boom, I'd have the email. Then I need ads to run on social to my target audience. So I could ask ChatGPT to find my ideal avatar and audience. And then I could ask it to take this article and email and turn it into short hooks for ads, and then to give me variations. Now, you can see how I could create an entire business model and all my marketing materials quickly. I could do it in hours, not months. And without.
Okay, so I really wanted to just kind of give you an idea of how people can use ChatGPT in order to start their businesses, grow their businesses, use it for marketing, leverage, etc. I have a few more things to show you, a couple of nifty things here, and then we are going to be done. Don't forget to like the video, ladies, like the video, share the live stream. Okay, so AI is beyond ChatGPT. There are companies who are using GPT, the system, in order to plug into their data in order to create apps. These are where the multi-billion-dollar ideas are coming from. So I'm going to show you some of the examples of things that people are doing with GPT, with AI, and then we're also going to talk about how you are able to do the same thing. So one of them is something called Hello Scribe. And Hello Scribe, there's a lot of these AI writing softwares. I have 2 to show you here. So Hello Scribe basically helps you with your PR and marketing writing, helps you write and brainstorm ideas and write ideas faster and better. There's something else called Jasper.ai. It used to be called Jarvis.ai, but it was changed because of Iron Man. So Jasper.ai is another option for you. It's kind of like the juggernaut in the AI community with regards to writing, any and all kinds of writing. In fact, when I saw Jarvis and I saw what it was capable of doing, I'm like, I better get out of business plan writing. But besides that, I was kind of tired. But some of you are able to take up business plan writing and use systems like this in order to help you write the content needed for business plans, grant applications, things like that. Another one that I saw an interview of a woman who is a fictional writer. She writes romance novels or something like that, and she uses something called pseudo-write in order to write fiction novels. Now, what she does is she will lay out a scene. She'll say, I want, I don't know, a pool party where the man and the woman meet each other and, are starstruck, not called struck by each other's beauty or whatever. And she puts it in there, and then this AI will help her with like character building and, you know, um, uh, things like with smell and things like that. She smelled the chlorine and or she smelled his cologne and the specific type of cologne and things like that. If you are looking to write fictional work, then this is something that I think is very interesting. And it taps into the GPT program. This is something else called tube spanners. So for all of my YouTube creatives that are out here, this is Tube Spanner. And one of the things that they do is they also have something that helps you write your scripts for your YouTube videos. And you're able to write the scripts. It's very smart in that you're able to ask it to rewrite certain sections because it writes it in like sections. So you're able to rewrite it in certain sections and reorder it very easily, change it around, things like that, make it funner, make it sadder, things like that. So this is something again called Tube Spanner. This is one of my favorites here. This is something called Whisper. Whisper is something that will take a podcast and it will translate it or yeah, turn it into text and then make it searchable. So again, it does this for podcasts. I think for me, this is like one of the most interesting use cases. So in other words, what people are doing is they're taking one thing that they want the AI to do, and they're building an app to do that one thing. So Mokomami was in here earlier, Computer and Coin was in here earlier. If you wanted to make a lot of money, hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars from something like this, you focus on one thing that you know that the AI can do, and you build an API between your app and GPT, and you set it up to do that one thing. Okay. Within art, there's something called Midjourney. A lot of artists are using Midjourney. I know somebody in here was talking about the art and the fact that Jay Antoinette was talking about the art and the fact that they didn't like some of the AI art. This is something I heard about. I haven't really tested it out, but people really like Midjourney. So the final one is dbuild.app. And this allows you to code your web app in seconds. But here's the thing with it. You don't have to know how to code. It's basically in a sentence or two, describe what you'd like your app to do, and you can always change the description later. So basically, you could put in plain English what you want your app to do, what you want your website to do, and it will basically create it from you just typing in a few words. I think these things are very cool. I think that you can hang up your shingle and build a business not knowing how to make a website. you know, Basically taking information from people, putting it into something like this and spitting out a website for them. And this is what we mean by new industries being created. This is how new industries are going to be created. This is how new jobs are going to be created. This is how new businesses are going to be created. There are levels to this. You can trade time for dollars by being a consultant. Nothing wrong with that. Or you could go to the other end and make tens of millions, hundreds of millions, billions of dollars by building an app. Like if I had the bandwidth to do it, which I don't. So if anybody wants this idea, you're more than welcome to it. I showed you in the very beginning. I'm actually going to pull it up again for you so you can see it. I showed you in the very beginning the business plan that I'm trying to get it to show here. It's not showing for whatever reason. I created a business plan within Chat GPT. For some reason, it's not clicking here. So, and it was very surface level. If I had the bandwidth to do it and $10,000 to $15,000, I would create something where people would be able to describe their business in a few sentences, and it would create a complete business plan for them that they could take and get an SBA loan on. And I could charge them $500 per business plan, and the business plan would spit out in 30 minutes to an hour, and it would be SBA ready, including their financials, and I could make a killing from it. All of us have the ability to be able to do this. I'd like to hear some of your ideas with regards to how we can make money. It may not be something you're working on, it may just be ideas for other people. But before we go tonight, I want to hear your ideas for how we can make money from this thing. Tell me if you are still afraid of it. Tell me if there was something I showed you tonight that was really cool that you liked before we head out. And I am even going to see if anyone wants to come up. I'm going to throw StreamYard link in here. If anybody wants to come up for a second and talk to me, should have put that out before. You all can definitely come and talk to me. I definitely want to hear from you, though, if there is a way you're thinking of with regards to how we can make money from this. Jay Antoinette is saying, love this live. Thank you so much. You are welcome. You are welcome. Hope you enjoyed it. Everybody who is here, I hope you liked the video. Hope you shared the live stream. Either come up and tell me or put it in the chat. Something you learned tonight, something you're going to implement, some way you think that Black women can make money. You can make money from this. Tiff is saying, thank you. Great. You're welcome. I want to hear ways you're thinking we can make money from this. Let's brainstorm for another few minutes. Or you can come up if it's too much to write out. You know, I think that there's a lot of different things you're able to do. You're able to do plots for movies. You're able to be a screenwriter, a playwright, if you've always wanted to write that play. You know, remember, don't put sensitive information into the AI yet, not Chat GPT, but definitely you are able to write prompts to use in other AI programs. I talked about that, helping kids with homework, helping people with their resumes, using this to help people with their resumes. That as Trucking Babe is saying, it could be used in the beauty industry several ways. One would be makeup styles that the program tailors to you specifically after scanning your face and skin tone. I love it. Great idea. Great idea. Anybody else have any more ideas or you want to come up before I head out? The biggest thing I think is to not be scared of it and to not ignore it, because I don't think AI is going anywhere. Okay, everybody. Oh, Stephanie is in the building. Hey, Stephanie. How you doing?
Yeah, it's me.
Hey, yeah. How you doing?
I'm good. I was trying not to get an echo.
Oh, no, I don't hear an echo.
I'm pretty good. I just wanted to say I'm gonna get the playback, but anything you put up, I'm sure Black women can make money by. They just gotta jump on it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely tonight's session was all about like what's happening with it and the different use cases. And I think They're going to be billionaires made. This is going to be a new industry. There's going to be new jobs that are out there, new businesses that are being created. I just think that the worst thing people can do is ignore this, because if you ignore it, you may get cut out of your job and not be able to, come back to something else.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, I am so glad you came up. I'm sorry you didn't get to hear the entire thing, but definitely if you have a chance to listen to the replay and put something in the comments, definitely do that.
I will.
All right, my dear. I hope you have a happy Sunday.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye.
Thank you, Stephanie, for coming up. Computer and Coin is saying, loving that one, badass trucking babe. And Lady Montana saying, all I have to say is this is amazing. Oh, wow, great. Badass trucking babe is saying to Computer and Coin, thanks. Okay, well, that is it for tonight. I want to thank Stephanie for coming up. That's definitely my girl. And we are able to make money from this. Again, don't forget to hit the like button on the way out. And if I said anything that, you really like, you felt like it was worthwhile, I spent a lot of time working on tonight's session. So if you have coffee money for me, you want to give through the Cash App. My Cash App is at the bottom of the screen. Other than that, I will see you ladies next Sunday. Take care. Bye-bye.